Hi guys, I'm Rad Mocanu. I'm a UiPath software engineer, and today I want to showcase a small portion of what me and my team have been working on for the past year, and that is coded agents. So let's get right into it. By this time, I expect almost everyone to be familiar with low-code agents. So to create a low-code agent, you just go to Studio Web, create a new project of type agent, and then choose the subtype either autonomous or conversational, and that's it. You can then start to play with your low-code agent. You have to give it a system prompt and a user prompt, and also you can configure memory for it, context, tools, and at each step along the way, the agent will reason and call one of the available tools. This is what we call a React agent, a reason and act. And while this kind of agent is easily configurable, it has some limitations. And I'm gonna give you actually a behind the scenes here. Behind every UiPath low code agent, there is a UiPath coded agent. So this means that coded agents can do everything low code agents can do and some more on top of that. You can create a coded agent directly in Studio Web. This is still an agent. It just has a different type, which is coded. You can select it in this screen, and this is how it looks like. You can set up your coded agent either from a quick start or by importing an existing project. For this demo, I chose Llama Index as the quick start, and this is how our template coded agent looks like. This basically gives you already some source files, some source code, and the UiPath artifacts required to run this agent. So you have a starting point and you can start playing with it and understand it. Now you can place breakpoints on this agent as you do with any UiPath project, and then you can debug it directly in cloud. This will run on our serverless infrastructure. And in here, you will be able to see the execution trail. Basically, those are the traces of the agent. The traces are hotel compliant. And you can step by step go through what the agent does. So you have full debugging capabilities even in Studio Web. And now the agent will execute to the end. And I asked it what's the weather like in Paris, and given the tools, it should be able to provide an accurate response. Okay, so that's pretty nice. We saw how a low-code agent looks like, and we also saw how a coded agent looks like, and we also executed it. But this is just a quick start agent. So using the low-code tools, you can do that even faster, and you can have the same agent that predicts the weather, right? But coded agents really excel on complex tasks, right? Because you have full control. You can use multiple LLM models. You can combine deterministic with non-deterministic logic. This is where coded agents truly excel. So let's see one in action with a real complex use case. We can go to our local ID, and here we have a LangGraph agent built on UiPath LangChain. And as you can see, this agent is more complex. We have a lot of nodes, we have more LLM models, we have some routing rules. And while looking at the code, at the Python code, we can understand what this agent is doing. We actually went a step beyond that. And this is why we added a very nice command in our UiPath CLI, which is a developer console. You just have to run UiPath dev, and this is what you get. As you can see, this runs locally on your local machine. And in here, you can see how the graph looks like for this LangGraph project. You can execute it, and real time, you'll see what the nodes, what's the entire trajectory, what nodes are executing. Of course, you can place breakpoints, you can see real-time logs, you can see also the traces, you can see everything in here that you can also see in Orchestrator or in Studio Web. For instance, here you have the trace panel, you have the entire expanse, you can also see the timeline, so you may find out where you have bottlenecks and stuff like that. And you can also run evaluations here. So for traditional software, you have unit tests, but for agents, you have evaluations because you have to grade that undeterministic part. And as you can see, we get a 42% score here because our LLM as a judge evaluator was not convinced our coded agent did what it was supposed to do. You can also configure evaluators from here, but I believe this topic may need a separate session someday because it's a huge one. We also introduced custom evaluators because coded agents are more complex and you can't really rely on the pre-built evaluators to evaluate a very complex workflow. You may need something that's tailor-made for your use case. Okay, so I want to take a small break here and say that I know this may sound overwhelming at first. The paradigm shift from low code to coded may seem big and scary at first glance, but I will prove you it's really not. So in the second part of this session, we are going to use a coding agent. We are going to use Claude Code, and we are going to see how easy it is to go from literally zero to a functional coded agent in Studio Web. So let's head back to our local ID and we'll create an empty folder here, and using the UiPath CLI from npm, we'll install some skills for Claude Code, and then using those skills, Claude should be able to basically create any coded agent. In case you are unfamiliar, skills are reusable templates, workflows stored as MD file for coding agents. Running the UiPath skill install, you get a full list of coding agents. In my case, I'm using Claude Code, so I select that, and in here I can see that 21 skills were installed. Now, imagine I know nothing about UiPath coded agents. That's fine, because Claude already knows everything it needs to know. So in here, I can be creative. I'm asking Claude to create a coded agent that receives some transcript files as input, and it should generate action items based on those files. And I'm also telling Claude that I would like this agent to escalate to a human to review if he's not confident enough if the action items it discovered are correct. And I'm also asking Claude, is there an existing escalation app we can use for that? We don't need to create a new one. So that's the power, combined skills with the CLI. Claude can take actions on our behalf. The first step, we can see that Claude loaded the UiPath agent skills, and now it will actually log in. It will make sure we are logged into the UiPath platform, and using the UiPath CLI, it will search for an escalation app from Action Center and Orchestrator to make sure we can use it. We don't need to create a new one for our use case. And let's see if it is able to find something suitable for our use case. And it found out that we have a simple approval app already available in our orchestrator tenant. I'm going to select that. And now, as you can see, the agent is scaffolding the coded agent source code, and then it will provide the custom logic on top of that. This is the nice thing with coding agents. You can be creative. You don't even need to know how everything works. You will eventually get there, but you have this huge quick start. Now the agent understands what's the input and the output of that escalation. Now it's generating the code. We can see here that it's created the lang graph, state graph for our task. And now it also creates bindings. That's very nice. So bindings are a way us in UiPath can choose what resources to use based on the environment, and Claude already knows how to do that using the CLI and the skills. And in here, it actually runs the agent, as you can see, because Claude has in the skills, the task is not done when you finish the source code, but also smoke test it. Now it asks me whether it should push this to Studio Web. I'm gonna say, okay, push it, but I don't want to create anything. You take care of that. Just let me know at the end of when everything is done. And now Claude should use the UiPath CLI to create a solution, a project that solution, and push everything to Studio Web for me to review finally. And now it asks me if it also should deploy this to orchestrator. I'm gonna say skip deployment for this one. I just want to check this in Studio Web and see if it works. I can also have a look at the files it created. I have here this folder, and I can see it created the required structure for a Studio Web solution and also the source code of the agent itself. And what's really interesting here, if you have a look, is that I just told Claude I want an agent that takes an input file. That's it. But Claude knew using the skill that an input file in UiPath is an attachment. So it also creates a way for me to test this locally because attachments live in cloud, right? I don't have attachments that easily locally, and the skills instructs Claude how he can achieve that. So I can also test the agent on my local machine. And if I open Studio Web, this is how it looks like. This was created in one go by Claude, no setup needed whatsoever. And we can also see that Claude uploaded an evaluator it used locally to test the agent with and two evaluation items. Now I created also a small app that will help us see how the transcript looks like so we better understand how this agent is going to work. Let's head to that app, and I have here a transcript as a file, and we can see that this is an urgent meeting 1 hour after an incident. There are a lot of people involved. They are talking about a lot of things, but as it usually happens, no one actually wrote down what's the outcome of that incident and who should handle what and what's the due date for their commitments. So let's head back to Studio Web and let's test this agent. I can provide here the input file. I'm gonna use the same one that I showed you before, and I can debug this directly in Cloud. Now, if I go to Orchestrator, I can see what's happening behind the scenes. There is a serverless job starting in my personal workspace, so it's running with my identity as any other project run in debug mode. And of course, here I can place breakpoints and so on. I can see now the agent reached the extract action items node, and it went through the breakpoint in the finalize step. So it chose not to escalate to a human for this particular transcript because everything was clear. And here in the spans, we can see the action items it actually extracted with the owner, with the due date, and seems like the agent performed well. I also created another sample transcript file, which is more ambiguous this time, so we can test if the agent escalates to a human as it's supposed to do. And also, we can test if Claude identified well what escalation app to use. And while this runs, let's have a look at how the meeting notes from that particular meeting are looking like. And this is it. As you can see, it's more ambiguous this time. They are referring to an incident that happened last Tuesday. Nothing is clear. So our coded agent should not be as confident and ideally should escalate to a human. And in here we can see that the execution stopped into escalation to human node, and we see that is suspended. Now, if we navigate to the action center, we can click refresh, and there is a new task assigned to us 10 seconds ago, and we can review it. We can see that the agent is unsure. It has a confidence of 0.6, and the threshold, if I remember correctly, was 0.7 created by Claude. And in here, it actually extracted some action items I can either approve or reject. I'm going to approve for this demo. And now if I go to Orchestrator and refresh, I can see that it triggered the job to resume execution. And here in the traces panel, I can see a span for each action the agent took. I can see that it created a task and now it retrieves the task output so it can inject it into the agent memory and then take actions based on that. And if we go to the details page, we should be able to see the entire agent output here. Now, of course, I can improve this coded agent. I can maybe add a Slack activity to notify people on Slack when they get an action item on their name, or maybe use directly the Slack API, or maybe I can integrate Jira and auto-assign Jira tickets for them. But there you have it. We have a functional coded agent from zero to Studio Web in a matter of minutes with the help of UiPath CLI and skills. What's next? I actually saved the best part for the end of the session, which is everything that you saw in this demo for coded agents is open source. So everyone is welcome to contribute. You can inspect what we are doing behind the scenes. You can open issues. You can ask for features. We are trying to stay very community focused for this product. So go ahead, just Google UiPath LangChain and then search for our open source GitHub repository. And in here you'll find an entire section of samples, which are curated, working UiPath coded agents you can have up and running right now, maybe using our free community licenses. And in here you learn how you can implement human in the loop, how you can integrate MCPs with your coded agents, how you can use UiPath document understanding, and so much more. Thanks for watching.